Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Y&E podcast. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, share, and engage us in the comment section. So we're talking about the new law that the Nigerian National Assembly just passed. And this law is basically giving the Nigerian government the opportunity to create a specialized security outfit that will be named Nigerian Mining Ranger Service, NMRS. And the goal is to protect mining sites, is to crack down on illegal mining, artisan mining, and enforce environmental regulations and safety, and also respond to any mining emergency and also investigate mining related accident. So they're saying that illegal mining costs Nigeria approximately $15 billion annually. And it's not just only in revenue, it's also in environmental damage, security threats, and existing security forces that have been overstretched with other national challenges such as terrorism and kidnapping. So they don't really have any government agencies that are focused on protecting Nigeria mining site. So this new agency creation is welcomed by a lot of traditional rulers, a lot of lawmakers, a lot of security agencies. It's a good thing. I don't know how they're gonna swiftly move to get the mining site secured. It's a good move to protect Nigerian resources, especially the mineral resources, so that illegal mining can stop, and that way the government can also generate more money from the legal mining of Nigerian resources. What do you think?
I think on the surface, I think is a welcome econ development in theory, but in practice, I don't really see the practicality of this. I don't see the need for this, considering the fact that Nigerian government don't own those mines. Those mines, I would think that they actually, contract it out or sell it the mining rights to companies to mine those minerals. So why are we, as a country, spending money to establish, you know, mining rangers? I think this is just a way to siphon money. Anything that you see Senate President Akpabio endorse without argument, that is something that will put money in his pocket. And considering the person that introduced or sponsored the bill tells you everything you need to know about the whole bill. I think is a way to siphon money away from the federal government. It's also a way to put their cronies in those places, hire them, and have their family members giving job and all of that stuff. Let's say we decide to follow up with this, they establish this, we decide to follow up with the employment and all of that stuff. You get to find out that every single person that will be hired in that sector will be from the north. So, like I said, this is just a way for them to maybe even out with the Niger Delta, trying to create what Tompolo is taking care of in the Niger Delta, securing the pipeline. Like I said, establishing a mining ranger will not stop illegal mining. It will not stop illegal mining. Somebody that has never seen 1 million naira in his account, and all of a sudden somebody is giving them 5 million, 10 million. You really want to tell me that they're gonna stop anything, stop them from, mining minerals? Or how about the people self, actually the rangers actually turn to illegal miners again? So I don't really see the practicality of this, and I don't see the need for this. I think National Assembly should look for something much more better to do for the Nigerian people.
I definitely understand your concerns, but I do know that it's definitely a good thing, but it's also okay to be critical of the decisions that our leaders at the Senate are making. According to a quick research, they're saying that Nigeria owns the mining right to its mineral resources. And this is according to the constitution of the country, the 1999 constitution, and also the Nigerian Minerals and Mining Act of 2007. It says that all mineral resources under or upon any land in Nigeria are exclusively owned and controlled by the federal government. The only thing that is excluded from the constitution is the petroleum. So the Mining Act excludes petroleum and water without mineral contents from its definition of minerals. So the petroleum we're not affected because it has never been protected. It's never been protected legally in the first place. You need a permit, you need a license to be able to be able to mine. But the only thing that is excluded, which is funny, which is basically the thing that is keeping the country going, is the petroleum. You would think the constitution would include petroleum as one of the minerals, but petroleum is part of what's making money for the country. You would think they would protect it, but it looks like maybe there's another power that has given out the rights to that mineral resources. As we all know, you can follow the constitution or not, depending on who the leader is. And I also understand your concerns that it's a way to siphon money, especially when there's no real good way to quickly implement the new mining agency that's been created, right? So is this a way for them to take jobs away from other private security contracts that the Nigerian government has signed in the past, vis-a-vis the case of Tampolo? Is this a way to get this contract away from him and give it to someone that will play ball with them or do things in their own way? We don't know, but a lot of these challenges has been coming from the northern part of the country, because we know there are some mineral resources over there, and the folks over there are illegally mining it. They're creating terrorism, creating insurgencies in order to get people away from the land so that they can continue to mine illegally. But I believe this is a welcome development. As long as they're following the law, as long as they're paying those ranges well, so they're not attracted by bribes or any other thing. As long as they're paying them well, they're doing them right, I believe they should follow the law and should hold people that are illegally mining accountable.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nigeria definitely owns the right to the minerals, but then they give licenses to companies to mine. But my concern is this not going to create another insecurity in this, mining zones or mining environments? Because can these rangers actually protect those mines without being armed? And if you put arms and ammunition in the hands of, these people, is it not going to create another security concern? I don't know why federal government always like to duplicate, function. Like, see the case of police, civil defense. They have police, they have civil defense, and in the same police department, they have a mobile police department. What's the need for that? They always want to like to duplicate function. Maybe perhaps is a way for them to siphon money. Or maybe they can't just think. But for me, I don't really see the need for the mining rangers. Any company that has purchased the right to mine those minerals I think, should be responsible for their security, should be responsible to set up their own security to protect those mines. But otherwise, I don't see why federal government should be spending unnecessary money to set up, mining rangers. In fact, not just mining rangers. I think Tinubu is setting up another forest rangers. I think it's just a duplication of duty. For me, I don't really see the need for it. If I were in the position to make the decision, any company that has bought the right to mine the minerals should be responsible for their security. It's definitely not me.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a common sense solution. But again, common sense is not common. So I'm thinking if these agencies moves forward, they'll be able to provide jobs for people. And when they provide jobs, people will be able to have a little bit more money to be able to take care of themselves. And if you're going to hire people to protect mines, whether it's government sponsored or private sponsored, they should at least provide them with some ammos to protect themselves and also protect the lands, protect the mines, and not just go out there without ammos to protect themselves. I don't know if you remember this agency in Nigeria, the Civil Defense Corps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know their jobs. They don't carry any guns. I don't know if they're still there keeping peace, but we see that a lot of kidnaps have been happening and we don't really see them fighting back, or maybe they're just there to walk around and make peace in the community. Obviously, in some areas, it's not working. If that is what these rangers are going to become, maybe it's a bad idea. But it will at least provide jobs for people, and if they're provided with ammunitions and equipment, yeah, maybe they'll be able to protect the land and protect the mineral resources.
Yeah, I understand you very well. Civil defense, I think they've been armed. Even Amotek himself, all this Eastern Security Network, all this state security, um, state security outfits that the states are creating, a lot of them are armed, not to talk of a whole civil defense that is almost a federal distance. But my concern is, okay, is this not going to create another insecurity? One, two, I don't think government should be in the business, to be hiring these people. This is just, will I say, broadening the responsibility of the government as far as, taking care of having several employees to take care of. Why not just make a very good policy that will even create jobs like this? Private sector can step in and create jobs like this. I know it's the responsibility of the government to provide jobs for people to some extent, but I think the Nigerian federal government is just biting too much that they can chew. They should just make good policies, especially the National Assembly should just make good policies and encourage private sector to set up security outfits like this and then offer their services to these mining companies instead of federal government setting up another agency. By the time they do it, we have the army, the police, have a mobile police, we have navy, we have name it. I think it would just be too much. I don't think this is going to be sustainable. I think it would just be a matter of time federal government will be broke and may not be able to keep up with this. Police are fighting for their pension, the armies are fighting for their pension, and these people will add to the problem of Nigeria. So I think this is not a good time to be doing this. What do I know? I'm just a layman. But this is just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. But if you think about it, a lot of people need jobs, right? A lot of people, the government can provide jobs. They can't make business environment conducive for businesses. So maybe if they create these jobs, they'll make people happy for a minute, and maybe the president will get his way for the second term. But to me, if they're armed, I think it's a good thing. They will provide jobs for people, and people can continue to support themselves and support their families. I'm looking at it solely from the aspect of providing jobs for the people. And, I don't know how many members of the Rangers will be hired. I don't know what the size of this agency will be, but it looks like it's going to be another federal agencies, and hopefully they are armed and they're able to protect the resources of the country. But at the same time, if they go in effect and start implementing these new agencies, how will the hiring process go? I know this is another opportunity for people to extort other people that are looking for jobs. Say, hey, pay us this also amount. We get you connected to these new agencies that you'll be getting federal jobs and you start making big money. So I just think people out there should be careful and don't be a victim of all this fraudulent hiring consultants out there, so to speak. So be careful, safeguard your mental health, and be safe out there.
Yeah, I mean, if you are, in favor of them setting up these mining rangers solely or due to the fact that they will create employment, I think I will be very sorry to disappoint you that those employment slots will be shared among the National Assembly members, especially the senators. By the time you know it, they will be selling those slots to the people. It's almost like counterproductive. They're not going to hire the best brain. They're not going to hire the best people. They're just going to give it to their girlfriends, give the slots to their boys. And then some of them that are very, very morally bankrupt will just, sell the slots. And then before you know, all you'll be hearing in that agency will be Adamu, Mohammed. You will never hear anything other than that. So this is just going to be another hiring fraud for Nigerians. And then the senators, the political class, they always, look for a way to put money in their own pocket. And this is just one of them. This is just my 2 cents. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Did you think this is coming from the right place, especially when Akpabio is involved? We saw what he did with the NDDC. Let us know what you think, and we'll be happy to engage you in the comment section. And thank you for your support.